name is Eelco de Koning. I'm an endocrinologist by training, and I coordinate the islet transplantation program in the Netherlands for clinical islet transplantation, and have a research group into human islet biology and transplantation aspects and stem cells. So within the islet project, our group is involved in especially translational aspects. So how to go from the basic laboratory science on stem cells into preclinical models, so animal models. So in my view, everything will go stepwise. So in the beginning, there will be stem cell derived islets, but when people are provided with those, still immunosuppressive therapy is necessary. And the fact that you need lifelong immunosuppressive therapy also means that there is a risk of side effects of these medications, which can be severe. And therefore, this type of treatment is only possible in a very small group of people with the most severe problems with their glucose regulation. What will happen in the future, I think, is that because of the stem cell lines that we use, we can alter specific parts of the DNA in those stem cell lines so that these stem cell islets will be less prone to rejection. And perhaps we cannot completely stop immunosuppression in the beginning, but perhaps we can lower the dose so that the risk is also lower. And I think over time, what we'll see is that we'll have novel products where less and less immunosuppression is necessary, and hopefully also that the efficacy is longer and longer over time. With regard to the next 5-10 years, as long as immunosuppression is necessary, this treatment will also only be for a very small group or relatively small group of people living with type 1 diabetes. Probably it will be possible to provide enough, cell product in order to treat these people. However, when that group can expand, because the risk of the additional treatments, immunosuppressive treatment, become lower, and in fact, in the entire risk-benefit analysis, we think that a larger group of people, would be eligible for this treatment, then the scalability will be a very huge problem. So I think a lot of manufacturing issues and scalability issues need to be resolved in order to provide then this treatment long term. Accessibility will also be an issue, because this is just not a tablet that you can put in in a small container and can just send all over the world. It's living material, and how to be able to give access to everyone that needs this treatment in many places in the world will also be a very big issue. Accessibility and scalability are two major issues. It is the basic science, so really understanding stem cell differentiation, having a protocol that works on a stem cell line that can be used for clinical application, and at the same time testing these so-called stem cell derived islets in preclinical models, and that within a collaborative fashion where we really have complementary expertise in the different sites. And I think that is the most important aspect. So I think we need to involve people living with type 1 diabetes very early in this process. And I think this is important for Europe, I mean, for all over the world, but that people really get a very realistic idea about the possibilities, but also about the impossibilities. So issues like scalability, issues like accessibility, people think, well, if it's there, then everybody should get it right away. But in fact, in the entire healthcare system that we have in the world and that we have in different continents, it doesn't work that way. We need to really make that very, very clear to people that this is not something that we can just easily implement within the society. Because if we do not do that, people will get frustrated. So we have to take people along. We have to take people along in our successes, but we also have to take people along in the hurdles that we still face. So I think it is really important that we do that already at the research stage, and not only at the early implementation stage, but already at the research stage. So people can also see how also difficult it is to work with living material, which is a cell product. So what will happen is that there is an exponential phase with regard to knowledge about stem cells and stem cell biology and the generation of stem cell derived islets. The next phase is that we really should get the manufacturing processes really tight. That whatever cell product that we manufacture is really safe in the long term, that we can also assess that. So I think that in this 10, 15 year period, we'll see that we'll know more about the long-term efficacy and the long-term safety of the stem cell-derived islets. And I think what we'll also see is trials where with either lower dose of immunosuppression or no immunosuppression, we'll get the information. And then it is a matter of how for all the people in Europe and beyond, how we can get access to the treatments and how we can increase the number of people benefiting from the treatment.